We want to leave Kaduna State better than Committees. Ours is a listening and people-oriented administration. Their welfare and security are our topmost priorities. We have zero tolerance for discrimination. We shall take development to all nooks and crannies of Kaduna State.
Kaduna, the capital of the defunct northern region, is endowed with human and natural resources. Mineral deposits in the state, such as gold, columbite, iron ore, and kyanite, are investors' attraction. Blessed with arable lands for agriculture, the state is the highest producer of maize and ginger in Nigeria. History was made on May 29, 2023, as Senator Uba Sani'S was sworn in as the 6th democratically elected governor of Kaduna State since the return of democracy in 1991, alongside his deputy, Dr. Hadiza Balarabe. Governor Sani wasted no time to hit the ground running, promising to run an all-inclusive government where no one will be left behind.
We here in Kaduna State government, we don't run our state on the basis of any affiliation. Whether you are a member of our party or not, the politics is over. It's time for governance now. Everyone will be carried along. And we also don't want to hear people talking about ethnicity or religion. We are one. The people of Kaduna State are one. We should see ourselves as one. We will try to give everyone at least what he deserves. We will make sure that we rule the state with a fair vote and give everyone his respect.
The assessment of Governor Sani's administration within a short period in office naturally centered on what he has made of his avowed Sustain Agenda campaign manifesto, under which he sought the people's mandate. Since assumption in office, the Governor Sani-led administration in Kaduna believes that by initiating projects and policies from the grassroots, involving the community every step of the way through ongoing engagement, governance can cover significant grounds. To translate these words into action, the governor convened meetings with 23 local government chairmen and 255 ward councillors in the state. During these sessions, he tasked them with pinpointing essential infrastructure and proposing economic interventions in their respective areas. The governor expressed concern over the high poverty rate in rural communities, emphasizing his commitment to collaborating with stakeholders to alleviate poverty and rejuvenate rural economies.
The poverty rate in our rural areas is over 80%. In fact, let me be very blunt, it's 86%. The implication is that only 14% are living above the poverty line. Now we must be able to reduce the poverty level to at least less than 30% from 86%.
A hallmark of the Governor Sani-led administration is the introduction of participatory governance, whereby he meets regularly with renowned elders from both the southern and northern regions, intimating them about government policies and also seeking their support to foster equity, peace, and unity in Kaduna State. So far, the elders are happy with the steps taken by the governor.
So far, I think he's on track. All it requires is for people, everybody, to put hands together to be supportive so that he succeeds. He has, in his own wisdom, assembled people he thinks have something to offer by way of constructive advice for the way forward. And I think from the caliber of people you have seen, it's an excellent selection, and I think it should have been better. Without missing was done very well so far, and I hope it continues. But obviously, for everything, there is room for improvement. So we're expecting like Uba trees more and more and more from him.
He has impressed us, and the elders in return have promised to support him in order to move the state forward.
Governor Uba Sani, since taking office, has set up a spacious tent large enough to welcome a diverse mix of political figures, individuals from all regions, representatives of the two major religions, advocates of different ideologies, and anyone making meaningful contributions.
From the shortest time that His Excellency has been in this government as the governor of Kaduna State, and by assessment based on what we can say and recall on the issue of security and peace and peaceful coexistence, collaboration, love among the indigents and citizens of Kaduna, particularly in the 3 zones, with much reflects to southern Kaduna that has been so troubled for over 5 decades now. One can authoritatively say that His Excellency has done well.
He's really a great man when it comes to inter-religious harmony. He broke the jinx. He decided to mix with all faiths. In fact, he went to the midst of Christians, and he was applauded, So he actually knows how to enter the heart of Christians, He didn't say he belongs to the Muslim community. No, he's saying he belongs to all, and we really commend that effort.
Governor Sani, within the short period in office, has laid a solid foundation towards restoring peace and security in Kaduna State. For many years, Kaduna has been fatigued by lingering insecurity that has resulted to loss of several lives, displacements of citizens, and disruption of socio-economic activities. A new chapter unfolded under the leadership of Governor Uba Sani, who began a journey towards reclaiming the peace that eluded the people of Kaduna. In an effort to secure his people and ensure a peaceful and united state, Governor Sani's administration has invested in technology for security and law enforcement agencies. He is also engaging with the federal government to ensure the deployment of more troops to frontline locations.
I also emphasize on the need to expand Operation Safe Haven, and as well as try to put more boots on ground in terms of also looking at the area of Zangon Katab area, Kaura, Kapanchan, and coming to the area of Beningwari, Igabi local government, and Giwa local government. All these areas are areas that the Chief of Defense Staff have been helping us, and I have no doubt in my mind he will continue to help us to be able to address the problem of insecurity in Kaduna State.
We're expanding our view and then making sure that we cover all the gaps that have been identified. We're changing the mode of operation, and as was also said, it will be both the kinetic and the non-kinetic, because we understand that asymmetric warfare, you must take the 2 operations together, and that's what we're adopting, and that's what's yielding the results that you're saying.
In a clear demonstration of his administration's commitment towards degrading bandits, kidnappers, and other criminal elements in Kaduna, Governor Sani, in February 2024, signed the State Security Trust into law. Praising the military's dedication in the fight against insecurity, he emphasized the need for cooperative structures to address the menace. He called for heightened vigilance and unveiled plans for establishing forward operating bases, solidifying his commitment to securing Kaduna. Additionally, he has procured 100 security patrol vehicles for security agencies to enhance their operations under Operation Pushing Kada. The 2024 budget for rural transformation and inclusive development in Kaduna State serves as a guiding commitment between the government and its people, emphasizing agriculture, regional, rural and economic development, security, infrastructure, and human capital development. These priorities take center stage in the draft appropriation bill. In December 2023, the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Conference Center hosted a gathering of representatives from civil society organizations, professional bodies, local governments, religious organizations, and tribal associations. Their collective insights contributed significantly to shaping this crucial document.
We want to commend the governor in the area of agriculture. Before now, I think in 7 years, the budget for agriculture is below 1 billion. I think last year was 600 million or so, but today we are seeing 22 billion. So 22 billion actually is huge. It now shows that the government of this current administration wants to really focus on rural transformation.
During the State Executive Council's deliberations on the proposed budget, key stakeholders' inputs were considered, focusing on infrastructure upgrades, revenue generation, and social investment. The Council also took action by awarding contracts for the construction of 2 roads in Kaduna City, the fencing of GSS Kawo, and the establishment of the Kaduna State Vocational and Technological Skills City in Regachukung. With a proposed recurrent expenditure of 139 billion naira, while the capital expenditure is set at 318 billion naira, the governor presented the 2024 draft budget of 458 billion naira to the Kaduna State House of Assembly for consideration. He says the priorities of the 2024 estimates are on education and healthcare, adding that education and healthcare have the highest allocation in the budget. Significantly, in record time, Governor Uba Sani signed the 2024 budget on December 22, 2023, 4 days after it was presented to the legislature, a first in the history of Kaduna. Governor Uba Sani has performed several groundbreaking ceremonies in the hinterlands. The journey commenced with the symbolic flagging off of a 21.7-kilometer road intricately weaving its way through Anchau and Gadas Palla in Kubau and Ikara local governments. This ambitious road project aims to alleviate the transportation challenges faced by 32 communities upon completion. To bridge the vocational skills and human capital development in Kaduna to enable the youths compete globally, Governor Uba Sani starts the construction of a vocational and technology skills city that will train and certify 400 trainees every quarter and 1,600 trainees every year in various locations. As the transformation train rolled into Kudan local government area, scenes of unbridled joy unfolded. A jubilant crowd warmly welcomed the governor, setting the stage for yet another groundbreaking moment: the initiation of a 10.2-kilometer feeder road from Dammakwarwa to Hunkwi. The transformation wave reaches Zone 3, where the governor ceremoniously flagged off the construction of drainage systems and culverts spanning across the 8 local governments in southern Kaduna. Another groundbreaking event for an 18-kilometer road was performed by the governor, linking Sanga local government to Jama'a Area Council. The road from Gwantu through Kibang will provide forward and backward linkages for farmers and markets and reduce post-harvest losses, cost of transportation, and travel time. Likewise, Zone 2 witnessed its share of groundbreaking projects with the flagging off of 2 rural roads. A 35-kilometer road that will be constructed from Gadangayang through Gwaraji to Kujama Junction linking Igabi and Chukun local governments in Kaduna Central Senatorial District. Similarly, a 6-kilometer college road will be constructed in Sabantasha from Signboard through Juji, connecting Eastern Bypass.
I've been in this school and this road has been very bad. We have been coming to school on this road, especially during rainy season. You see students falling on the floor and they'll be looking so tattered and it's very bad. But today, Uba Sani came to this place and he's doing a very good job. It's not up to 1 year that he entered into his seat and he's already doing well. We're very proud of him.
He remember us and we will make sure that if he did this job, 2027 is carry go.
Kaduna State, the political capital of the north and a famous center of learning, lacks a spacious hall of international standard to host global summits. In bridging that gap, Governor Sani starts the construction of a state-of-the-art banquet hall at the Kaduna Government House that will cater to the needs of national and international conferences, including hosting high-profile events.
Today, all the groundbreaking we perform today are very important projects that will certainly transform the lives of the people, particularly those in rural areas. The one we did in Igabi local government was extremely very important because it's about 35-kilometer road that will pass through over 60 villages.
Pushing further his infrastructural development agenda, Governor Uba Sani flagged off the construction of 15 major roads totaling 327 kilometers. The roads will not only connect communities but also spur economic growth and development. The projects kick off at the dual-carriage bridge linking College Road to Mashigi, extending down to the eastern bypass of Millennium City, a pivotal point in the project. There is also the Nuru Suraj Ungwandosa new extension layout, which is about 3,400 hectares of land. It is a comprehensive effort aimed at enhancing the lives of residents across 8 districts in the 3 local government areas of Igabi, Kaduna North and Chukung.
We have chosen to perform the groundbreaking at this dual carriageway bridge because it is a key feature of this project. This road, when completed, will ease movement of people and goods. This is just one part of this project. The total number of kilometers when this project is completed will be about 327 kilometers put together. This project comprises of the provision of water and sanitation to all the communities, provision of power utilities, and it will also cut across about 8 districts. And this project, like I said, will cut across about 3 local governments. That is Kaduna North, Igabi local government, and Chukun local government.
The cost of this project is huge, and we will provide employment opportunities for over 2,000 of our citizens, with the ripple effect of improving human capital development.
Governor Uba Sani's administration has spent 11.4 billion naira on the second phase of palliative distribution. The commencement of distribution signified a comprehensive approach to tackling poverty at its core. A high-powered palliatives distribution committee comprising representatives from various sectors ensured transparency and fairness in the distribution process. 128 trucks loaded with rice and maize will be distributed to provide hope for over 1 million citizens. Fertilizers, tractors, and various other forms of assistance tailored for smallholder farmers, as well as the release of pensions and gratuities for retired civil servants and their families, aim to provide much-needed relief. The government's initiative providing revolving loans aims to empower entrepreneurs, driving the growth of small businesses and revitalizing the economy.
The sum of 4.2 billion has been earmarked for distribution of cash
grants, fertilizer, farm inputs and implements to vulnerable households, smallholder farmers, micro, small and medium enterprises, persons with disability, internally displaced persons, IDPs, orphans, market women and youths. 3.3 billion has been released for payment of pension and gratuities, as well as death benefits to families of deceased civil servants. Beneficiaries have started receiving alerts. The total number of beneficiaries stands at 1,338. Cumulatively, the Kaduna State government is spending the sum of 11.4 billion in the distribution of the second batch of palliative.
Key figures at the launch commended the governor for the effort.
We are solid behind you. We continue to support you, and we are calling our people to see reasons and support the government of the day and what the government is doing, so that we can succeed in our state, especially at this time moment when we're having a lot of security challenges.
And I'm very proud of him as a friend. I'm proud of him as a politician. We've been together for many, many years. And I have no doubt that as long as he continues the way he's going, he shall go even further in this country. Proud of you. Well done, my brother. God be with you.
As part of efforts to rebuild Tudumbiri, the Kaduna village bombed in error by the military army drone in December 2023, Governor Uba Sani flagged off the construction of a 5.5-kilometer asphalt road. It will link this community with the market and urban areas. The construction of a skill center aimed at providing training opportunities for the youth, as well as a primary healthcare center to ensure access to medical services, were also flagged off.
Today, as part of our plan to ensure that people don't travel more than 1 kilometer to access primary health care. That is the reason why we are also building a hostel for them that will be fully equipped with the state-of-the-art equipment by the grace of God.
Locals acknowledged and appreciate the governor's efforts in coming to their aid.
We are achieving what we are looking for from the government. And when we go to government house to tell him what is happened, what our problem, he will stay and hear our problem and solve the problem for us. So we thank for him and God bless him.
The governor, alongside government officials, conduct a comprehensive inspection of the mass housing for the less privileged at Millennium City in Kaduna. The governor expressed satisfaction with the steady progress witnessed so far. The housing project initiative was spearheaded by Qatar Charity following an agreement with the Governor Sani administration months ago. As bulldozers, loaders and excavators work tirelessly at a frenetic pace, the echoes of progress resound across Kaduna State, marking a chapter of transformation that promises to leave an indelible imprint on the region's development landscape. Evidently, all projects under the leadership of Governor Uba Sani are currently being executed from the northern part of the state to the southern parts. Residents are commending the pace of work, most especially in the rural areas. Indeed, bridging the infrastructural gap between urban and rural areas is a strong pillar of the Sustain Manifesto, a covenant between the Kaduna State government and its citizens. So far, the governor has kept his promise of rural transformation.
We were here a few months ago. We did the groundbreaking. A few months after, I'm happy today that houses, you can see clearly that they have built a lot of houses already, clinics, dairy, shops, as well as poultry. All this effort is by Qatar Charity Foundation, and this is the biggest project they are doing in Nigeria, and I want to thank them because it's a grant. Apart from this very important project they are building here in Kaduna, they are also working with the Kaduna State government to support us in terms of healthcare here in Kaduna. They're also supporting the orphans. At least as we are speaking, they are going to give grants for our small businesses, particularly the orphans who have businesses numbering about 5,000, which the Qatari Charity Fund are also going to give them grant to enhance their small businesses. For us to go a long way in our effort to support our people to eradicate poverty in our own state. They are also reaching out to most of the local governments in Kaduna State to construct boreholes to support our effort in water supply and sanitations in our rural areas. These are major interventions by Qatar Charity Foundation that is going to be to the tune of millions of dollars, which is free. And this is as a result of our effort as a government to reach out to development partners and our friends. Similar projects are also ongoing with the support of Kuwait Fund toward reducing Arab school children in Kaduna State. Kaduna State will also be the first state in the whole of Nigeria to benefit from the Kuwait Fund intervention.
In a state once marred by religious tension and intolerance, Governor Uba Sani established a quarterly Interreligious Harmony Committee, uniting leaders from diverse faiths such as the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) and Jama'atul Nasrul Islam (JNI) Kaduna State Chapter. Governor Sani provided updates on initiatives combating issues like poverty and out-of-school children, emphasizing his commitment to partnering with religious leaders for peace and development.
Everybody in Kaduna is a citizen of Kaduna State, and we treat everyone equally. That is the only way we can live in peace and harmony in our own state. But I want to also draw our attention to the fact that, look, if those of us sitting here believe there will never be any religious crisis in Kaduna, it will not happen. Nothing will happen. It is we sitting here to agree that Kaduna will remain in peace. Because religious leaders are key. They will preach, they will communicate to our people. Therefore, you have better avenue to communicate message than any other politician.
It is natural that when leadership ceases to be collaborative and competitive, everybody stay and watch. So I'm happy that you are collaborating and we are ready to collaborate with you. So I wanted to correct that can't batters when I can.
Idan gwamnatin Kaduna zai yi ta kirkiri makarantu guda biyu, ɗaya a arewacin Kaduna, ɗaya a kudancin Kaduna.
Aqua Blue Roof in Sabo, Kaduna, radiated excitement during the Christmas Carol organized by the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN). Governor Sani's presence marked a historic moment, breaking a decade-long tradition by becoming the first governor to join this festive event. He renewed his commitment to fairness, declaring an end to Christian-Muslim dichotomy in the state. Indeed, the wind of good governance is blowing across the length and breadth of Kaduna State. Irrespective of tribal or partisan lines, the citizens are happy and have already joined the transformation train of Governor Sani as he pilots the affairs of the state to greater heights. This is the journey so far. The Part 2 of Governor Uba Sani's transformative agenda will highlight key achievements and commissioning of major projects as the administration clocks 1 year in office. Kaduna is indeed in safe hands.
ce dodar zaman ta wajen ne ka kurfi